Jeanna Ellis and Sidney Powell, two of the Trumpites who decided to turn rat under threat of jail, of course, in the Georgia voting case against Donald Trump and his co-conspirators. Now, I'm not sure how these videos got leaked. We're trying to figure out how. But ABC got their hands on the video depositions between Ellis, Powell, and the Georgia prosecutors. And let me tell you something right now. And I'm not going to use this word again in this video. Donald Trump is fucked. This is what the two of them said.
Okay. And at the time period where they were going to start to discuss, what was Dan Scavino's role?
At the time, I believe his title was social media director for the White House. It became deputy chief of staff at the time that the conversation in question took place.
Okay, and when was that? The
conversation was around December 19th of 2020 at the White House Christmas party. And I emphasized him. I thought that the claims and the ability to challenge the election results was essentially over, because he said to me in a kind of excited tone, well, we don't care and we're not going to leave. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, the boss, meaning President Trump, and everyone understood the boss, that's what we all called him. He said the boss is not going to leave under any circumstances. We are just going to stay in power. And I said to him, well, it doesn't quite work that way, you realize.
Ms. Powell, were you ever around when anyone, told Donald Trump that he had lost the election?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Pat Cipollone, Eric Hirschman, Derek Lyons all thought he'd lost.
Was that in the December 18th meeting?
Yes.
What was President Trump's reaction when, I guess, this cadre of advisors would say you lost?
It was like, well, they would say that and then they'd walk out and he'd go, see, this is what I deal with all the time. He was specifically willing to appoint me special counsel. In fact, he looked over at Cipollone 3 different times and said, do I have the authority to name her special counsel? And Cipollone said, yes, you do. And then somebody said, well, she doesn't have a security clearance. So he looked at Cipollone and he said, do I have the authority to give her a security clearance? And Cipollone said, yes, you do. And then about the 3rd time we went through that scenario, Cipollone, I think, said, you can name her anything you want, Mr. President, and nobody's going to pay a bit of attention.
Trump has only one of 2 choices, well, actually one of 3 choices at this point. He can either tell his attorneys right now to cut him a very, 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 very sweet deal that involves him not going to prison for the rest of his life, and maybe he might be able to salvage whatever life he has left, even after the New York case bleeds him of money, even though he's trying to get a mistrial because the judge is all biased against him. It's all biased against him. Even after making extravagant threats against the judge and the prosecutors. The second choice is for him to run for Moscow, run for Beijing, run for Pyongyang, maybe either President Xi or even dictator Kim Jong-un, or especially Vladimir Putin, can give him sanctuary. Would give him sanctuary. I mean, obviously, since he and Putin are supposed to be good friends, why not? And the third, actually, I'm not going to use the third. I'm not even going to say what the third option is because I don't want my video to be demonetized or anything like this. But let's just say the coward's way out. The other coward's way out, other than running for Russia, North Korea, or China. But in any case, Trump is screwed. What you just heard in the videos of Jeanna Ellis and Sidney Powell destroy whatever case that Donald Trump has. He's going to try to delay. But in the end of the day, You know what? In fact, I'm getting to believe that Donald Trump's lawyers or someone in the Donald Trump camp got their hands on these videos and released it to somehow poison the jury pool. I mean, I know it sounds like a conspiracy theory and everything, and I don't traffic in conspiracy theories, but it sounds to me that that is just exactly the kind of crap that Donald Trump would try. He knows he has no case. He knows he's screwed. So he's going to do everything he can to try to screw everything up before he goes to trial, before he even gets into a trial. But if I'm Fannie Willis, if I'm the prosecutors, and especially the judge, do not fall for it. Donald Trump knows he's screwed, and he's doing everything he can to screw up the prosecution. And the fact is, the only way it can work is if you let him. If you let him do it. Donald Trump is going to prison one way or another. But as I said, Trump, this is your last chance of getting a deal. Because if I were the prosecution, I would say no deals, no delaying tactics. If I'm the judge, I would say no deals, no delaying tactics. You made your bed, now it's time for you to die in it. You wanted to play big boys, you wanted to play tough guy with the law, then now you're going to know what it means to be a tough guy. You thought you were tough? Now it's time for you to prove to be tough. And frankly, the way Donald Trump is reacting to all of this, it shows he's not tough. He's a coward. He's a traitor. He's a clown, and he's going to prison one way or another. And as for the MAGA out there who want to post threats against prosecutors and judges, stop it. One way or another, you're going to get yourselves caught. And I in this country will not have any fucking sympathy for you. You put yourselves in this spot. Supporting Trump is one thing. Wanting to go to war with Trump is hardly another. Trump is not worth the blood that you're going to shed for this son of a bitch. Walk away before you do something you're going to regret. Now, Donald, take my advice. Get yourself a deal. Because honestly, I don't see you getting out of this anytime soon. I don't see you getting out of this at all. Because quite honestly, what you saw in the videos here, your whole case is kaput. What's your case going to be? I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to do that. We have evidence against you. It's time for you to get it through your head. You can't one-up the law. Your times of getting away with shit are over. It's time for you to learn the meaning of the words. Fuck with the bull, you get the horns. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.